I'll definitely cry myself to sleep later with this album. Hello everyone, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, and today we're going to react to this album made by the band Munimuni, which is called KULAYAN NATIN. So first of all, I would just like to say a quick thank you to this person right here for suggesting this, fellow Papunk. What's up? Now, I don't know much about this band except for their song Bawat, Piazza, which I covered last year, so I did a bit of digging. So apparently they're an indie folk band which kind of has the same sonical structure as Taylor Swift's album, which is called Folklore, I guess. And looking at the tracks, some of them are even 7 minutes long, and oh boy. So looking at the album cover of this, as long as the album title, which is called KULAYAN NATIN, or in English it could be translated as Let's Color This, I guess. I feel like I'm not even gonna try to interpret this. I mean, I don't know, I feel like this whole thing is just pretty much open for interpretation. And artworks are pretty much like that anyway, so I don't know. So to be completely honest with you guys, I have no idea what to expect here. But I guess that's what makes this whole reaction videos much more interesting. So yeah, before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys would like me to react to anything else, such as music videos, music albums, songs or stuff like that, please feel free to comment it down below in the comment section as well. I'll try to do it for you. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just go and listen to it. Now this first track is called Simula, which in English could be translated to either start or the beginning. And this is the first song of the album, so I guess it works out. So this band sound reminds me of the band Ben and Ben, mainly because of their vocalist sound and tone, which reminds me of the vocalist of that band as well. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So in that line, kakalimutan din natin ang lahat, tatawanan din natin ang lahat, or something like that. It reminds me of this saying that comedy is just basically tragedy plus timing. And yeah, I mean, our experiences and our past encounters can be put into perspective once a certain amount of time has passed. And yeah, I definitely agree with that saying. And so far, halfway into the song, I'm really digging the vibe that this band is putting through here in their music. It's very easy to listen to, very digestible, kind of like those road trip songs when you're going out with your friends or your family and stuff like that, and it's just playing in the background of your car. It's nice. And yeah, that song was pretty chill. And yeah, this song reminds me of one of my approaches in life. Like whenever I'm in a bad situation or like I'm in a pinch, I just tell myself that in 5 years or 10 years from now, like none of this is gonna matter. And yeah, even though that seems a bit nihilistic for some people, I don't know, it just, for some reason, it eases the burden off my shoulders. And yeah, that first track was really nice. The mix between the production of like the instruments and the vocals was well done. And yeah, just like Four of Spades, the sound of this band kind of reminds me of a more vintage feel. And even though it sounds like that, they were able to put in their flares and touch to the song, which I feel like makes it more modern and also stand out and make the sound as their own pretty much. Now this next song is called Bakunawa. I don't know what that is. Let me search that up real quick.
Wag mo kong tanongin, Bob.
So apparently Bakunawa is this thing right here, which is believed to be the causes of eclipse, earthquakes, rain, and wind in the Philippine mythology. So yeah. And yeah, in this song, I feel like they were just referencing the whole Bakunawa story in the Philippine mythology pretty much. Now, I don't know if this is just me being ignorant, but I feel like as them being musicians and like songwriters and artists, I feel like they're the only band that I know of that was able to kind of like make a song about like this Philippine mythological creature, which in my opinion is kind of like a rare theme or like topic as far as like songwriting goes. Because when it comes to like songs in the Philippines, they're pretty much just about partying or like love and stuff like that. And those things were already tackled since before I was born. And yeah, they were able to tackle this well and very sonically pleasing. And yeah, it's just music to my ears. Third track, Oras. Now I don't know if that was intentional, but it kind of sounded like a clock ticking at first, then it switched kind of like the strumming sound on the guitar. yeah, it's pretty cool. So this song kind of ties with the first track, which is called Simula, since they kind of tackle the same theme, which is time. The lyrics were very vivid and descriptive. Reminds me of my province in the Philippines, which is Dumaguete, back when it was not that much urbanized back in the day, back when there were kind of like fields everywhere. It's very rural. And this song reminds me of Tarzan. I have no idea why. And I don't know about you guys, but these songs are very soothing. I really feel like I'll end up sleeping listening to this sooner or later. I should get a pillow or something. Now the next track is called Bahay, Napoti, or the White House. And yeah. The singer has a much more higher pitch now. So for this song, I feel like its story follows this person who passed away and kind of took that as kind of like liberating and took it as kind of like coming back home. And yeah, basically I got that theme of death from the song's vibe pretty much, especially from the singer's vocals. Kind of sounded posthumous and peaceful, kind of like rest in peace kind of peaceful. And I don't know about you guys, but for me sometimes I kind of feel like death is freeing. You know what I mean? Like death is liberating, like sweet release of death. Like either you go due to old age or like, I don't know, I feel like either way it's gonna be peaceful after. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like leaving your life behind and your problems and your worries literally is kind of liberating to me, at least sometimes, especially when things are pretty overwhelming. But don't kill yourself though. Now this next track is called TAHANAN, or in English could be home, shelter, house, whatever you wanna call it. Let's go listen to it. Now this song reminds me of Tulog Na by Sugar Free for some reason. Very comforting. Kind of like has this let's cuddle after a long hard day at work kind of thing. So yeah, I decided to get this pillow now. I'll definitely cry myself to sleep later with this album. Now this next track is called Solomon. I don't know if this is in reference to like the king in the Bible. But yeah, let's go listen to it. So yeah, so for this song Solomon, even though their aesthetic is pretty much kind of like this long songs and very winding, I mean comparing this to the other songs, those ones I didn't really feel like they were 7 minutes long. I feel like there was 2 minutes to be honest. Comparing those songs that we've listened to so far comparing to this one, like the length of the song was just forced and unnecessary in my opinion. Like the lyrics were repetitive even up until the end where I was kind of like waiting for like the climax of the song or something. I mean, even though it did reach that climax, when it comes to like the sounds at the end being intense, in my opinion, I feel like they had this good thing going on in the beginning, but they've kind of like missed their cue to like finish the song somewhere along the middle, and they just kind of like dragged it out. And I mean, yeah, out of all the 6 songs that we've listened to so far, this is the one that I've liked the least, so yeah. Now for the 7th track, we have Pagsibol, or Spring in English, so yeah, let's go listen to it. So yeah, again, the lyrics were very repetitive, and even though this song is about love, I feel like it has kind of like this mythological aspect to it, kind of like gods and goddesses being in love with each other and stuff like that. Then when they love each other, like spring comes, or like there's rain, or like there's good harvest in the fields or something like that, which is really cool. At first I didn't really get the whole intro instrumental part in the beginning, but after listening to the whole thing, I feel like they were soundscaping. Like they were setting up the stage for like the story of love that's happening here in the song. I could really imagine them singing this song in the middle of the night, kind of like singing this around the bonfire or something like that. So yeah, again, I don't really like the whole idea of like them repeating the lyrics over and over again. Just comes off as lazy writing to me in my opinion. But yeah, aside from that, it's a pretty good track. Now this next song is called Bawat Piyesa, or Each Piece in English. I've already made a song cover of this song. Let's go listen to it anyway. They really like holding the last note of each line, say. Now I really like the message of this song because contrary to the popular saying that love is blind, I don't really feel like that's the case because more than anything, love should be all-seeing and accepting despite the fact. I really like this track. It's like a love song for couples that lasted for like 50, 30, 25 years. I want that love.
I wanna know what love is.
And this song definitely changed my mind about like the repeating lyrics because like holy shit. I even pictured myself slow dancing to this with my girlfriend at some point. But yeah, amazing track. Now this next track is called Kalachuchi. I like saying that word.
Kalachuchi.
So yeah, just gonna go listen to it. I'm born in May. So as for the message of this song, I really feel like he's just cheering up his friend or something like that. Then that's paralleled by this flower that they found on the street or something. Now as stated in the lyrics at some point of this song, he was basically telling his friend that he's not gonna be the one that's ultimately gonna help him, but the sun. Now the sun could mean a lot of things, but especially in like the medieval times and like stuff like that, the sun is kind of like referenced as like the god or something. So maybe he's like, maybe I can't help you, but God can. Or another way of putting it is that he cannot help his friend, but at the very best just help him help himself. So the sun could be him or like the sun within himself. So this is kind of like a nice song for you to like cheer yourself up or like pick yourself up when things are feeling down for you. And as far as like cheering yourself up goes, this is another approach when it comes to cheering yourself up. As on like the earlier songs on like Oras and Simula, they were about kind of like letting time heal your wounds. But this one is about putting your work in yourself to cheer you up basically. So yeah, it's another nice track. Now the 10th track of this song is called BANAAG. I have no idea what that means. Now this song is basically about being ride or die with another person. I mean literally Banag means it's kind of like a ray of light. So I hope that you guys have a ray of light in your life as well. Yeah, basically it means that you have someone or you are that someone that's being loyal to another person. Or that person being loyal to you, vice versa. And yeah, having that loyal someone who sticks with you in sickness or in health, all of that stuff. I felt like at some point all of the songs in this album is just trying to like mash into like this one big chunk of music, with like all of these songs being like the colors and our ears being the canvas, and we're just trying to like interpret it into like any way we can or like in any way that we want, which is in my opinion is like very cool. I mean the songs are pretty much vague at one point or another, but if you're going to like analyze the songs into like one specific lens, you're going to get a unique message each time that you listen to them, which is very cool. And I feel like a great example of that is this song right here, which is called Banag. So yeah. Now this last song in the album is called KULAYAN NATIN. Now this is the only Tagalog song that I've seen with 10 minutes on them. So this is pretty unique. Now this could go either way. Either it's so good that it won't feel like 10 minutes, or it's pretty bad that it's gonna feel like 2 hours. Either way, just go listen to it. And yeah, this song is pretty optimistic actually, because it basically says that we have no control over what's happening outside of our lives, but what we do have control over is our reactions when it comes to those things. So we might as well get the most of it and just be positive. And yeah, that was a good conclusion when it comes to the entire album, kind of like its own credit sequence if you will. And even though the song was kind of mellow all throughout, it had its hint of hope in it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that was Munimuni's KULAYAN NATIN album. I mean, even though the album only had like 11 tracks, it still felt like I was listening to 15, 16 tracks because of how long they are. But yeah, it was a pretty good listening experience all throughout, I could say. When it comes to the singers of the band, I don't know if it was just one person or they had two singers and then they had to switch in like the lead vocalist at one point. Because of the earlier parts of the album, the singer's pitch and tone kind of reminded me of the vocalist of Ben and Ben. Then they've kind of switched to a singer with a higher pitch. I don't know if that was the same person. I mean, if it was, that was very cool because it felt like I was listening to another different person. And when it comes to the lyrics, they were pretty outstanding in that department as well. Like everything was poetic and top-notch, like I have no idea how to describe it. And I mean, yeah, listening to the entire album, it really felt like a lullaby at some point. I mean, I even got this pillow right here with me. And aside from that, I really felt like their unique point is their singer. the second one in particular with the higher pitch, because he was able to like hit certain notes and like certain pockets. I mean, at some point I really felt like his voice is going to break or is going out of tune, but it just sounds beautiful along with the instrumentals. And I really feel like the instrumentals and his voice really complement each other to the point where they're just kind of like lifting themselves up in terms of quality. In general, I really liked all of the songs. I mean, I have no idea what to say, except for like those two particular songs that have like repetitive lyrics. I really didn't get the appeal of those things in those two songs. But they really managed to pull that aspect on the song Bawat Piyesa, which I really liked very much. So I hope that you guys also liked something about this album as well. So to end it all off, Munimuni, KULAYAN NATIN album. So yeah, this is the end of the reaction video. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. So let me know what to react to next, and if you want to watch more of my reaction videos, you can watch these ones right here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!